when I got banned in January.
Mm-hmm. How long was that break?
January to I don't know, fucking May, I think.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe I'll just
What'd you
focus on
get
the
banned for?
podcast for now. I'll take my break, and the podcast will be my central focus.
Oh, I
There you
wouldn't put
go.
any
That's not
faith
a
in
bad
you with that.
idea.
So yeah, we're gathered here to remember Kim. He's dead. It's a
R.I.P.
God.
very sad day, or it's been a very sad week.
So what happened?
I
Explain to
don't
me what
know.
happened.
So I was talking with someone. Someone gave me a shout out. I don't want to point fingers here, but it definitely I got suspended after someone equated my at with Jack's at, and pointing about something about how I'm back. And before I knew it, within the hour, I got suspended for suspension evasion, which is
Mm,
weird because the evading suspension usually comes like after you immediately create a new account.
right.
It doesn't take like 6 months for
Yeah, I
that.
wonder what that next step is that they find it with. Like,
So
what, after the initial step,
yeah,
what is that next
because
trigger?
there wasn't a post. It wasn't like the previous times where I'm like I'm just begging for suspension, like where I post something that's just obviously gonna get it. Uh, no, it was just no. I got banned for evading. That's it. Kim's dead for the time being.
Rest in
Good
peace to the
riddance.
homie.
I'm in purgatory.
Thank God.
All right, fuck you.
Get that bullshit off my timeline.
Yeah, fuck you. You're the one that sent me that fucking Kim Jong Il looking at things link, Turbo. Fuck you.
I'm just saying.
You enabled this.
The bit sucked.
He's an enabler, and then he denies blame.
He's gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Because once I saw it on the timeline and I didn't laugh at it, then I'm not taking responsibility for that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm still. You cannot cast blame on me after you're the one that's like sends me this link of North Korean pictures, and then the exact quote Turbo said was, "This could be a source for good content." He said, or this could be a like good content or something for me to work on.
If it makes you feel any better, all of my worst tweets recently were like ones that Veronica said that I
Stop.
should
No,
post.
Oh,
And she
no,
just
no.
fucking bombed me
Wow.
like
You just
4
grabbed
times,
that
got like
person and
3 likes on it.
throw Veronica under the bus because you're getting grabbed.
This is, you know what? No, I am not going to be attacked because you did it to me, Turbo, where I said, hey, is this a good idea? And you said, yeah, you should tweet that. And then it fucking flopped. It flopped.
Turbo's the guy that encourages the person that can't swim to jump off the high dive.
Yeah, well, we did it to each other.
No.
So
Well, in
we're not
any
gonna
case,
we're not gonna sit in a circle and point fingers at each other.
yeah, so let's
Come
move on
now.
from that. We paid our respects to the great leader. He's dead in the ground right now. He may
I don't respect him.
he may raise
Yeah,
like,
fuck
once
that
again.
guy.
He may raise once again, but right now he's
Is there
dead.
any chance?
Rest
He's in
peace.
purgatory right now, chicken. I want to hear about this race war. You hype me up with this stuff, Turbo. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay. I'll see what I have saved. I meant to save some posts. Basically, it was like a couple days ago.
Oh, was it the
there's a-
Indian? Was it the black dude?
there's a video
Yo,
of,
that's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
They were dancing. They were having a blast, and this black guy quote tweeted said, "I know it smells crazy in there," and Indian Twitter turns out to maybe be the most racist demographic.
Well, they are, and also the gropers or whatever the hell got in there too. They just changed all their APIs to Indian shit.
I'm kind of
Oh,
not
that
shocked,
rules.
though.
Racist stuff ever. It was a mix. It was a green light.
All right, I did save some, but I don't even know if I can read these
Oh no,
on here,
the
or if
ones
I
that I
should.
saved, I can't.
But
No way.
yeah, just read the ones that you can, and then you can DM me the ones that you can't, and I'll just look at those.
I'm gonna put them in the voice chat, and we can review.
Okay, hold on one second. I think
There.
this one doesn't say any N-words at all. I swear to God, I've been nice to all my black customers in my fried chicken shop, despite trembling in fear that these dark baboon Oh, never mind. Blanks might rob me or try to sell me drugs. I think that's so funny. Try to sell me drugs. Heaven forbid I get high. It all ends today. Fuck all you nappy-headed monkeys. I hope all your rap careers fail and the police raid you. See, that one may have been a grope word. You just can't tell.
That's a pretty good one. Fuck. Jesus
But most
Christ.
of these are just bringing up, I mean, fucking like old school slurs and like just throwing the N-word around. I mean, they pulled no punches.
Yeah.
That's pretty
They
fucking
gave
funny.
it to him.
All because a black person said that it may smell in a club where a bunch of Indian people are going crazy.
What's even funnier too is like then there were people defending the original post by saying like, well, he didn't say it's because they're Indian. I mean, maybe they're just sweaty because they're dancing, and everybody's like, no, you know exactly.
Everyone knows exactly what you're trying to say when you equate an Indian business to smelly.
Such a soft backpedal too. It's like you're not even.
You're not sure that he meant that. You're not positive.
I love it. Oh man, I wish this continued further. We need more race wars.
Yeah, that is one I caught while I was gone. The one that Turbo brought up. Like, I definitely
It happened right after I got suspended too. I missed it. I'm depressed. But
I think it's over though. I think that they called for a ceasefire after like 12 hours. India.
The tensions blew up. People let out desperately needed frustrations and angers that they have with the other group, and then now they're like, all right, we need to dial it back. Now we've had our moment of chaos.
India unleashed an absolute blitzkrieg, and other side, I mean, they capitulated, like I said, in like 12 hours.
It was like Hitler invading Poland.
But
Yeah.
It does seem to happen like that every time India and Pakistan start popping off. It's like a couple people die and they're like, whoa, hold on, we're not gonna get into this whole full-fledged war now. I mean, come on, let's let cooler heads prevail.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Same thing.
You'll love to see it.
Love to see it. So, Veronica, are people just piled up in your hospital with
COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been maxed out lately. A lot of people are coming in sick. It's weird.
I definitely think.
It's like
I'll continue.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think that there should be in this time when I keep hearing that the hospitals are maxed out. At what point do they just start wheeling the people out that they know that are gonna die? They just put them into like a dumpster. They're just like, all right, well, you're done. They're like, you're done. You're going to die. So we need this space.
The summer sun's gonna fix this problem.
Just haul them on out and be like, hey, well, we need the space.
You guys do that, right, Veronica?
No.
You don't haul people out by the cart.
We
and
don't
just dump
haul
them.
them out by the cart.
You don't pile people up in a wheelbarrow and just roll them on out the back and then just dump them onto the side of the road.
What'd you call that?
A wheelbarrow.
A wheelbarrow?
Wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
It's
Wheelbarrow.
Okay,
Barrel.
I tried to spell that word.
Barrel.
And I
That's that Texan accent coming out.
No,
Barrel.
Barrel.
I spelled
It's
it
a
like
wheelbarrow.
like a barrel of whiskey. That's how I spelt it when I tried to spell it the other day. I felt like such a fool.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, at least I'm not a lone chicken. We can be fools together.
It's a wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
Like, are you serious?
I've always
You
got a
spell it
wheelbarrow.
like that? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just never even had to spell that word. I
No, it's
can't
not
recall a time that I've had to write that word down.
The word barrel?
No,
Well,
wheelbarrow.
No, barrow. It's like bone marrow.
Yeah.
And like, if you're in the South or whatever, like you just listen to people say it, and you're like I just spelt it the way that I heard people say it.
It sounds like
What
barrel.
was
It
that?
sounds like
Wheelbarrel.
wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrel.
I've been saying barrel this entire
That's what
time.
I just said. And then Turbo was making fun of me for it.
That's what we're saying.
That's what I said on accident, and Turbo was making fun of me. That's this whole debate, is whether it's barrel or barrel.
No, I don't think there's
It's
any
not a debate. There's no debating it.
debate, but I'm empathizing.
Oh, yeah. That's just the
So,
price
there's no
of
debate.
being a
He's
Southern.
Like, I'm right. There's no debate.
That's just the
Barrel.
price.
Texas is in the South. Texas is the West.
I'm glad. Hey, that's a good thing. I don't want to be
Southwest.
equated
Yeah,
with the South.
No,
I want to be.
cowboy shit's gay.
I want to be
tight
equated with
pants
that
and the cowboy hats
Dude, those southern
and the big
states like
buckle.
Louisiana, fucking disgusting. I'm glad we're not the South.
No,
If it wasn't for Tennessee, Texas would still be Mexico. Let's go
Hey,
ahead
I
and
think
get
a
some
rule.
balls.
Hey, listen, Mexico can invade Texas once again. Let's just complete. Let's just get out of
Here's the
here.
question. Here's the question, Kim. Can they?
No, they can't.
Can they?
They
really?
couldn't. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
militia that Texas could throw together would still be like a Mexican army.
It would just be like 6 guys at the border. They would figure it out. It's like guys on their lunch break.
fuck Texas.
Hey, I
Fuck
live
you,
in
you
Texas,
fake New
but-
Yorker. Turbo's over here
I'm
moving.
a
He lives in New York for a month or two, and all of a sudden you think he's
No,
a Yankee.
no. First of all, it's about to
No,
be
we
4
know
months.
the
I think.
southeast. The southeast is where it's at.
It's about to be 4 months. That's
Yeah.
still not a year.
Yeah, no,
Come
I'm
back
kidding.
to me in 10
Yeah.
years when you've lived in New York.
I'm a Florida boy. I know
He's
this.
a Florida boy. He's one
Where?
of the
He's a Florida man, is what he
Florida
really
man.
is.
What was that? A James Franco movie where he was the crazy Florida guy.
Florida man?
Yeah.
No, like,
what
isn't
was
that the whole bit though? Is that it's like the news says Florida man does this?
Yes. Yeah. That's like Florida man eats face
Yeah.
after having bath salts or whatever. But like, it was called Spring Breakers.
Yeah, Spring Break had Selena Gomez in it.
That movie was so fucking weird.
That was a very strange movie.
Fuck that movie.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Turbo? Does that?
I don't like that movie.
It's not
I don't like
accurate.
Spring Break.
It's not an accurate
That's the Florida man's
representation.
natural enemy. There's no time that people in Florida hate more than Spring Break.
Oh, they make a lot of
Fucking
money
terrible.
for that state.
What?
Spring Breakers make a lot of money for that damn state.
What do I look like, a fucking hotel owner? No. He's
What? You don't
like
believe
these
in
people
trickle
from-
down economics, my brother?
people from all over the country come down and just fucking trash the beach and leave their trash out there. They don't respect the ocean.
They have
They
sex
don't
with all the
respect-
manatees. They don't leave me
Yeah.
with a single one of them.
We're trying to keep that snook population up, and these people are just throwing garbage in the water. I mean,
So you think,
Create-
Turbo, that the movie Spring Break is an offensive movie to native Floridans?
Well, that
as a
movie is-
native Floridian,
Floridian?
the original.
This
yeah,
is your
Floridian.
blackface. This is the people getting up like that. People who
As a
acted in the
first
Spring Break
people-
movie is like, it's your blackface.
As a first people, as a native Floridian whose parents are not from Florida,
You're probably from New
I'm
York.
offended by it.
Where are your parents from, Turbo? Without.
Dude, what is it? What are you writing, a fucking book?
No,
Yes.
I bet it's New York because that's where everybody comes from. In Florida is like New York or like
No.
up north.
I think people on Twitter and stuff already know my mom's from St. Louis, but I'm not going into the fucking family history on this show, dude.
Yeah, I'm not asking for your.
This is draw your. We'll just leave it up to the audience to pick up the pieces and map out your family tree, and then just email it to you at some point.
There is a guy from Florida whose name we do not know, whose birthday we do not know, We know his mother is from St. Louis. Now take
That's
that
enough.
information and
He's a
find
normal
me.
guy. He's a pretty normal guy. He likes one weird thing.
What's that weird thing? Are you gonna finish
No,
this
no,
sentence? What's the weird thing, chicken?
He likes
What's the weird thing I like?
Florida.
That's
Not a
true.
weird thing.
There's only two people who are native Floridians and people who move to Florida to die.
I'll be honest with you, man. Florida is awesome. Like that panhandle with the squeaky white sand. So good.
Those are the worst beaches.
Oh, come on.
Practically fucking Mississippi.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
It sucks.
I won't disagree with. Yeah, but it's cheaper. Is basically what you're saying. It's cheaper, but it's the same thing.
I think technically the nicest beaches are probably in like Swiffle or like the like Tampa Bay area.
Okay, so yeah, that brings it. Do you remember the oil spill? Did you guys catch any of that shit?
No.
Not really.
I swam in that motherfucker.
I didn't see any. Like I went to the beach after that and shit. I didn't see anything.
Wait, chicken, you're telling me you swam in an oil spill?
It's not like.
What?
He's out there just bathing
like
in oil.
little, like it's little poots, you know. It's just like little, you know.
He's out there just baking in the sun, about to catch fire.
The sun and oil.
Horrible, though.
Do you remember when that oil spill caught on fire recently?
I was just thinking about that. I was gonna say we need to set the ocean on fire again. I think that
is it blackface if you go swimming in an oil slick? You have to make some stops on your way home, so you got to go in the store. You got to like go in places with your face covered in oil.
Just greased up.
These are some very complicated questions. I think we're gonna
maybe on your way home. On your way home, there's a costume party that you have to go to. And you put on your Michael Jordan jersey.
Jesus.
And you go to the costume party on your way home from swimming in the oil field.
Which is your job.
People understand that you didn't have enough time to go take a shower after you got off work.
So you just put on your Dennis Rodman jersey and you get down there to the party.
You may have dyed your hair a little bit. Some neon colors.
Yeah. You know, and just the oil just somehow managed to make your hair very thick and give it some waves.
You kind of look like the swaggiest, on accident, the swaggiest you've ever looked in your entire life.
You even got a certain walk now. Yeah. You know, a little bit of limp in your walk.
Very slow. Slow enough to like piss off every single person behind you, no matter what race they are. Just way too slow. Can't emphasize how slow they are.
So yeah, is that you, Turbo? Is that what you're admitting to us?
Is that what you're doing for Halloween?
Is that your Halloween?
We're just talking about a hypothetical.
I thought we were talking about your Halloween costume.
That would be a good Halloween costume to dress up as one of those ducks covered in oil.
That would be pretty good.
Cover yourself in shoe polish.
You're
like, no, I'm a duck from the Dawn commercial.
Literally just Justin Trudeau. I'm not anybody else other than Justin Trudeau.
I could see someone doing that and be like, yo, broads, they love animals, so I'm going to dress up like an animal that's been affected by the oil spill, and they're going to be all around me, and it's just you and your face. It's just black, and then you're wearing a duck costume on your body.
Some girl's just dumping Dawn all over you, trying to save you.
Good old savior complex. Coming in strong.
Come save me, baby.
Yeah. What's that a Post Malone meme where it's like white girls when they go on a mission trip and he's like just smiling next to a hyena or something like that? It's really good. You guys ever been on a mission trip? Ever done a mission trip?
I have not. No.
No,
Have you?
those things costed money, man.
Yeah,
They
I
just tell
don't
you you're gonna help people, but you got to pay like $800
I
to
was like,
go. You're
I was like, I'm gonna pay money to give someone a house for free. No thanks.
it doesn't sound like a free house.
Doesn't sound like a
No, it
free
sounds
house
free
to
to me.
me. It sounds like I'm paying for that person to to live in a house that they're probably going to trash.
So, Kim, what you're talking about right now is how my whole political ideology was formed.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a bunch of ungrateful do-nothings.
Do
Sit
nothing.
around and bitch. It's like looking at some hurricane-ridden
That's
island,
literally
and
what.
you're like, yeah, wow,
That's what
sounds
my
like-
church used to do when it was growing up. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go out to Mozambique and we're gonna build houses for the people who were recently affected by the disaster. I'm like, I gotta pay money to house these people? No.
Yeah, methinks no.
Methinks no. In fact, you should go try the synagogue next door and see if you have any more better luck there.
Have you ever been by the Popeyes when they're out of chicken? Why don't we fix that problem before we start piddling off in some other country? What are you out of chicken? You just
How
out
about
of
we worry about feeding the minorities in our own country who desperately just want Popeye's chicken? Specifically those minorities, rather than housing the minorities in another country that I've never seen before.
Who are you talking about? Chinese people?
Yeah,
Yes,
there's all these
the Chinese.
Which ones are it that like to eat that? Who are you talking about?
I think you can guess.
I know I'm a little
Filipinos?
slow. I think you need to
The
explain a
the
little bit
minority
further.
group
Just
that
say
likes
it.
to
Who are you
eat
talking
fried
about?
chicken.
Yeah.
Fried chicken
Yeah, is that
minorities.
Korean
Filipinos?
barbecue.
KFC.
It's not ringing a bell to me.
Oh yeah.
Uh-uh.
All right. Well, you can ask people on Twitter. See what they'll tell you.
Listen, I just don't buy into all those stereotypes.
Mm-mm.
Who is it?
Hey, props to you for
German
not.
fried chicken.
Props to you for not seeing color.
But I'm just dying to know.
You're just dying to know. You're like, I don't like stereotypes, but I'm dying to
I'm
know
buying
them.
any of this jibber jabber stuff, but who are you talking about?
I'm just dying to know stereotypes, even though I don't subscribe.
He's
to
talking
them.
about Mexicans. Have you had that Taco Bell chicken taco where the outside is made out of chicken and they fry it?
Ooh, yeah. Instead of a shell, it's a piece of chicken.
It's good, and you're racist. I get it now.
All right, you got me. It's the Mexicans.
Mexican in you.
I thought so.
I've always found people who live in Texas and they don't like Mexicans are like probably in the wrong state. If you could choose any state to live and you hate Mexicans, why would you choose Texas?
I've met so many Mexicans.
This is just a Mexican state. It rules. I mean, that's partially what gives it its, like charm and culture, if you want to call it that. But
what I'm saying is, I've met so many Mexicans that hate Mexicans.
oh,
Like, I work in construction, so one of them's like bilingual, and the other one like can barely speak any Spanish, and he's just like frustrated as hell. You know, he's
That's
like,
hilarious.
"What the fuck is this guy even doing here?" It's crazy. I see it all the time. And it's not even white people that are doing it. It's like these bilingual Mexicans. They're like, "Okay, I put in the effort to figure out both of these languages, and you haven't even figured out one of them."
that's pretty good.
I've never seen it before in my life.
Isn't that just in the same way of like Asians hating Asians? Like if you're Japanese and Chinese, you're just not going to get along type stuff.
But they had like wars over that shit. That's different.
That is
that's
true,
more
yeah.
of
They have,
a
like,
Puerto
generations
Rican,
of
Cuban,
ethnic wars.
Asian kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just more of like an assimilation thing,
Mhm.
I think, is what it is. It's like, okay, if I already got with the shit, why aren't you getting with the shit? Kind of deal.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But I don't think that happens outside of construction.
Wonder if there's any
Probably.
I wonder if there's any interracial hatred between Indians, like if native Indians that live in the U.S. versus the Indians that come over from India. Like, so let's say you have like distant family over in India and they come over and they're not like, they don't assimilate to the same American culture that your family assimilated to. when they came
They
over.
hate corn.
Oh, like I wonder if they go to war over that. If that's stuff to fight
Yeah.
about
No,
at
they
the
just
Thanksgiving table.
they just hate Muslims of every variety.
They do.
Indians do. Oh
Yeah,
man, do they
actually,
fucking hate?
yeah.
They
China
hate
does.
Muslims and they hate Chinese people. They hate
Yes.
That
both of them
rocks.
so much.
Yes.
Isn't China trying to
So-
colonize India too, or they want to like
Oh,
swallow
yeah.
them up?
They've been trying to do that for a while.
That fucking rules.
Well, they believe part of it should belong to
Yeah.
China,
Convenient.
not the whole thing, but
Good amount. Just
Like
just
part of the
75% of it.
Just like how
The parts
Russia
that touch.
Russia conveniently thought that like half of Europe was theirs.
You know,
Like, yeah,
like
all the good parts.
China just wants the peninsula part. In India, they can have this tiny little island that's off the coast. That's
Yeah, we
what's
just
really
want the
India.
island part of Japan. That's the only part that's ours.
Did you hear China is now issuing propaganda that is warning Chinese women not to date white people? they put out some propaganda thing, and it's like this story
Hell
about
no.
it's about a Chinese woman who was seduced into espionage by a secret agent named David.
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 Just some
David.
guy named
Some
David.
guy named
White
David,
devil
and
to
they're
me.
like,
Yeah.
watch out when you're dating Americans, they're gonna seduce you into espionage against the CCP.
Do you
Ronnie,
think
I'm
that they make fun of like our names the way we make fun of theirs? Like we say
100%.
everybody's called Ling Ling, and they chose the most stereo. They were like, oh yeah, all the guys over there are called David.
I'm shocked that they didn't do like John
Michael.
Smith or something like that.
John, Michael, yeah. Here's the thing: is that our hair color is actually different.
But why did they choose David? Isn't David kind of a little bit more charged against the
Jews.
sons of Abraham?
It's a biblical name, but
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
But it's not. But it's
Christians
not
do that
linked to
too.
specifically to them. Yeah, there's a lot of Davids that are Christian.
yeah. That's the thing is like we're all Christian in this country. You know, that was founded on it. So it's you're gonna get a lot of Michaels, Davids,
Mhm.
Pauls, random Paul every so often.
Yeah.
John, big one. Tim,
Todd.
huge. There's enough Tims in this world. God, please.
Tim is a biblical name.
Yeah.
It is? I didn't know that.
Oh, Timothy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, most people don't think about it like that. Like, was it Richard and Dick and William and all that shit?
I was gonna say Tim doesn't sound like a biblical name. Tim just sounds like a dude that you'd
What's
have
his
a beer with.
abbreviation?
Me and my friend
Oh,
Tim.
Tim's coming over. Hell yeah! Like,
Tim's
Yeah,
about
it's
to come over and watch the game. He's gonna have a couple
yeah,
beers with
Tim
Tim.
is a guy you watch.
You gonna watch
Tim
the
is
team.
Tim is the guy that I have over every Saturday to watch football with.
Oh, is that what you guys do? You watch football?
Oh yeah, maybe a little
Uh-huh.
more
Every
than that. We
Saturday?
take these bottles
Yeah,
and
watch-
we stick them up certain areas, but that's neither here
Watch
nor
Yeah.
there.
footballs in quotes.
Do you guys hold hands?
Yeah, we hold hands.
That's cute.
Our wives get very jealous of our friendship. They don't understand the connection that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, docking.
Yeah. Hey, show me a woman that will dock with me. They can't.
They
They can't.
Just like normal sex.
They're just like
Like
they're
normal,
like,
regular
Doggy, don't
sex."
you just mean vaginal
Oh, yeah,
penetration?
yeah.
You're like, no, it's not the fucking same. I need to be touching tips with another man.
a lot of times
Point
girls
me to
have
the
kind of
first
a.
woman that will actually consume my whole penis, and I'll point you to a man.
Sometimes girls have foreskin.
What?
Oh, yeah. I think that one girl that was like, remember that one girl like I think it was like a couple months ago that was like slapping it real hard in the middle of like a dance floor.
That's
She was
funny.
like,
What?
she was obviously on Molly or something like that. Like she was freaking
Oh.
out. You remember that? Like she
Yeah, it was
she
like in South
losing.
Florida.
Yeah, of course. That's the only place that something like that could happen. But she was losing her mind. You know, she was looking at the DJ and like she was in a trance. But she was slamming it.
That's funny.
As in her coochie?
Yeah.
Just slamming that bitch.
And that thing looked like a one of them damn aliens from Alien or Predator or whatever. And it just
Just
screaming at you.
Jesus.
Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
I like that you kept calling it and didn't say her crotch or her coochie or nothing.
her snatch.
Her
Really,
snatch.
I don't think that really is the best definition for something so.
Was it Fanny?
Her fanny.
Fanny.
Getting into the British
No,
lingo
the
here.
British.
I thought fanny was for like your butt.
Ass, yeah.
Oh,
so
it might
like
be.
in,
Never mind.
in America, no, Kim, you're right. And this is one thing I like. I think I have a tweet about. Like, fanny in Britain is pussy.
Interesting.
And in America, it's ass. I had no idea until like a year ago, so I've just been peppering that in.
I've always thought it was a slur for pussy.
No,
Really?
Yeah,
I
I've
was wrong
never
then. I
I've
thought it
never
was-
heard it in usage and
An
like referring
ass,
to
like
ass.
smack a girl on her fanny.
No.
yeah, that smack her on her butt.
I've never heard
Yeah,
that.
it's a
I've
flaw.
never heard that used before.
Fanny?
Not in the
As in
context of ass. No, I've heard it used in television context of pussy.
I was the
On
opposite.
television.
I just figured
Yes.
out recently that it had anything to do with pussy.
No, they never meant coochie. You just took it that way.
You guys
No,
are
no,
just
no.
dumb.
No.
That's
what
the
I'm
second.
telling
That
you
is the
correct.
second
Like, there
word
is-
that has been hotly debated on this. First it was wheelbarrel, and now it's fanny.
No, it's definitely fanny. Like if you look up British, it's pussy. American, it's ass. Guaranteed.
I'm looking it up.
I know
We'll
this.
look it up.
I know
Fact
this.
check this for us, Turbo.
Right
Only
hand up.
Person's
time.
buttocks. That's the North American version.
Is
In
ass.
British, it means a woman's genitals. So I don't know if
Bingo.
you're
Yeah,
a
genitals
fucking-
is pussy.
crooked tooth British piece of shit or what.
I think I've heard it more used on the internet in the British term, like more often
Well, I
than
had to
not.
figure
That
it
I've always associated it with that.
I've
Where do
only
you live?
ever I've only ever heard it used in context of a butt of somebody's ass.
Yeah, that's a very American.
I've
American
never heard
ass
it
joke.
used in reference to an ass. Not once.
What internet sites are you on then, you weirdo?
I don't know. I'm on a bird app, or I was on a bird app. Now I'm gone from that. I'm
No longer on Twitter.
no longer on the bird app right now. Now I'm just a man with glasses that look like they're from the 80s.
I do like the glasses.
They are from the 80s, actually. No, they're like authentic vintage. It's just I bought them for questionable reasons.
To look like Ted Bundy.
Yeah, to look like Ted Bundy.
I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer.
These aren't even Jeffrey Dahmer's glasses. Jeffrey Dahmer has
It's one of 'em.
It has the brow line,
Yeah,
I think.
They're fine. They're good glasses.
Thank you.
Yeah, you totally
They're
look
actually
approachable.
prescription.
I look approachable.
They
That's
pres-
good. I'm glad I don't look
Are
like
they
a serial killer.
Are they prescription glasses?
Yeah, I got my prescription in them. I've been wearing them daily for a while now.
Has your prescription changed at all the older you've gotten? Or is it been
Yes,
the same?
and I don't like it because it feels unnecessary. So I have this theory
That's
that
part of the game.
I
by
have
the
this
way.
theory that every time you go into an eye exam, they're going to jack up your prescription ever so slightly. Because I went into an eye exam after 1 year last year, and my eyes were fine. I did not notice
And
any
you're still
difference
so
at all.
young, too.
Yeah, and the guy was like, "Oh, your eyes, they've changed quite a bit." And I was like, "I can see fine out of my prescription." And then they gave me the new contacts and glasses, and it like hurt the fuck out of
Yeah.
my eyes for a while. They had to adjust to them.
Yeah.
And I used to be the guy who I could take off my glasses, and I can still now. My eyes aren't that bad, but like the screen's just a little bit blurry, you know. But I can function on a daily basis without my glasses or contacts. Just things are a little bit blurry. But I did notice that things got ever so slightly blurrier with the new prescription. My current one expires in October this year, and I just ordered contacts today so I could avoid that happening again, because I do think that they will jack up your prescription no matter what.
Dude.
So it
And the
forces you to buy new glasses, or at least change the lenses in yours.
And the second that you even show a flag for that, they're gonna it's gonna be a completely different sales pitch that you're gonna get.
Yeah. No, they're definitely
totally part of it.
And then what's gonna happen is that if I did follow that trend, it'll be like I'll be like 30. My lenses will be like fucking an inch thick by then. I will be wearing goggles.
Veronica, do you wear any glasses?
I do, but I'm somebody whose eyes actually are getting worse. So I go about every 2-3 years when I feel like my glasses aren't working for me anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to sound like a kook or like an anti-science guy or something, but like, your eyes. I mean, the older you get, they say after 32 or something, it's really bad. It gets worse every year. But what he was saying, like, I do think that obviously there's a financial incentive.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's like, I know for a fact that my eyes hadn't gotten worse. I was wearing the same glasses at the time, and they felt fine to me. But what I did notice, so I keep all my glasses. Doesn't matter if the prescription is old or not. I can use them if like an emergency. Yeah. And I did put on some previous glasses with the old prescription there, and now they aren't doing it for me anymore. I can get around, but I might as well just go glassless at that point. It doesn't make it much of a difference.
So it's not good enough.
It's like, no, they definitely did jack it up. Whereas before they were fine.
Yeah, it seems like one of those things with your body that you want to press as hard as you can, right? Mm-hmm. You want to see as much sight, as you possibly can, and then adjust. But
if we really want to delve into this theory, we could just say that companies want to make America go blind.
Right. Brondo is what plants.
I'm calling out the company. I shouldn't actually call out a company on the show. Never mind. I'm not gonna call out the company that I use to get my contacts from.
Turbo, do you wear anything?
I wear contacts. I have a pair of glasses that look like shit that I never wear.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not have a problem sticking your eye with your finger every day?
No, I'm a grown man, so I'm not pussy, which goes pretty far.
Did I tell you guys about my dad, who he needs like contacts now, and he's like 50 or 60. He's like almost 60 now, and he went 4 different times to get his, for them to coach him how to put his eye, his contacts in. He could never figure it out.
That's pretty funny.
He's a moron.
Some people just don't like touching their eye.
Yeah, that's it. When he has these really, like, he's not Asian, but he's got these Asian ass eyes, man. They're like, he's got these pockets for him. It's not great. He has to pull down like 6 layers of skin in order to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
I've had contacts roll into the back of my eye before.
I've had that happen before. That's pretty good.
I was so scared. It was so scary.
That is terrifying.
I would rather fall asleep with glasses on every night than have to deal with that. That sounds
It's very, very rare, but it has happened. It does happen.
Well, it's happened to both of you guys.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, see, she's the, if I'm being honest, she's the only other person I've known that has had that happen.
Only happened once, too.
It's only happened to me once, too, and that was, like, what, 7 years ago?
Yeah. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, it better come out, because otherwise someone else is going to have to go behind my eye and scoop it out. I was literally terrified.
It's like, yeah, what are they going to do? Grab a spoon and gouge your eyeball out and then get it? I was like, how are they going to get that thing?
Great question.
I just sat there and cried.
It can't go all the way. It can't go all the way back. It can only go like into your eyelid.
Go a good amount.
It feels like it's all the way in the back of your eye.
Oh, it does.
But it's not. It's not quite.
It's not able to.
Yeah.
It can only go in your eyelid, which is pretty.
It still hurts like hell, though.
Yeah. You think you're going to die the entire time.
Turbo is just making us all seem like a bunch of pussies. I've never even like had one in my eye. Like when I had what is it called, like pink eye. It was a big deal. My mom had to like strangle me in order to put them damn drops in my eye because I had to like have them in the corner and then roll into my eye because I was such.
Look at this. I'll turn my camera on and I'll show you how I can touch my eyes. Really
Come on.
not.
Come on, let me see it. Come on.
I'll touch my eyes on camera. I don't.
You have to say something.
Wait, let's see the glasses. That's what I want to see.
There you go.
I don't know where they're at. They're packed away
I'm touching my
somewhere.
eye right now. I've never had an
Boo.
issue with that.
Love the Adidas jumper there. Do you have the bottoms too?
Oh, I got the bottoms. You know it. Come on.
Yeah, let's go, my brother.
I wanted to wear them together outside the house, but I didn't want to look
Well,
like a
you're in
jackass
New
walking
York
around.
now, so you have
It's
to
normal
wear
here,
them.
but
Yeah. Come on, Playboy. Hell yeah.
That was looking like a mixture between a frat boy and an Italian man in the Adidas sweatshirt and the backwards cap going on right now.
Anyone that was
I don't wear my
born in
hats
this year
frontwards.
has no idea where to land, so we might as well just hit every single category. You got the redneck wiggers, you got the country boy playboys, a little bit of everything. Veronica, what's your gear? What you got?
What's my gear? Oh, I didn't want to turn my camera on today because I'm just bumming it. I got a Dickies long sleeve on.
Let's go.
Dickies?
Dickies. They've got good
Yeah.
stuff.
She's a
No,
skater.
they're awesome. Said she's a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy.
I got my Dickies on and my my Adidas shorts. We're rocking it over here. We're bumming it.
One of the two.
So it's chilly out in Texas. Y'all cold yet?
It actually has been getting down to 65 in the mornings, but it was like high 80s again by midday.
Yeah, what's it like up there in NYC, Playboy?
It's chilly. It's in the 60s.
It's obviously chilly. He's wearing a fucking tracksuit right now.
I got a fucking tracksuit on, dog.
I just figured that was like.
He's already assimilated to New York culture up there with that tracksuit.
I had pizza for dinner. I'm wearing a fucking tracksuit.
Yeah, I'm just so fat. I just figured like any skinny person underneath like 80 degrees is always wearing like some sort of overcoat or over sweater or something.
I'm definitely that.
I saw a
fucking
down
asshole.
jacket yesterday. Like I saw a dude in the fucking puffer,
Oh, and an actual like
like a
Canadian
real
dude.
like snow jacket.
Yeah.
That rules.
I was like, dude,
That's
it's
a
only
big-
like 68.
It's not that cold.
Turbo, do you have your Canadian goose for the winter?
I don't have a
That's-
Canadian goose. No.
That's a big deal up there. That's what all the white people are talking about
I
constantly.
don't work on
All
Wall
the white
Street.
people.
That's a Wall Street bro type of outfit. Patagonia,
You just made
Canada
it.
Goose. I'm gonna get some Tims. I'm gonna be
There
a
you
Tims
go.
guy this one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah. Some Tims. You're gonna stomp some dude's face in with some Tims.
Exactly. Nobody's stepping to you if you got steel toe
You gotta
Tims
watch out for
on.
that white boy with them Tims. And like he's got shorts on. I don't even know what the hell is that white boy doing. But I love
Go white boy, go.
Crazy ass white boy.
Tony, if you give off one of those vibes, you'll
When-
never get fucked with.
When's the next white boy season? I know we had just had white boy summer, but there's got to be another white boy season coming up at some point.
Really,
No.
we thrive in the winter. That's our time.
I agree with that.
It's fat guy fall. Fat guy winter.
I'm all about the winter season. Winter's easily my favorite season by far.
You're not even fat.
No, I'm fucking skinning. I'm a fucking pencil.
So disappointed.
Get this man some cred. Come on.
I'm
And
the
I, like, give you a
I'm
pat.
always that fucking asshole who's like, especially because you know how everyone is fucking pussies in Texas where it gets below 80 degrees and they're like, oh, it's cold outside.
yeah.
It'll get down to
Yeah.
65 and I'll be wearing like a
Yeah.
short sleeve shirt and I'll be like, just be like, it feels great outside. I'm chilling.
This is our
Which is
fat
crazy
boy.
to me because you're talking about wearing short sleeve in 60, and that's normal for 60 in Michigan.
Yeah, that's a summer for y'all.
Well, no, summer gets hotter than that, but still, that is still normal attire for being in the 60s.
It is. It's not cold to warrant you freaking out and being like, "Oh my god, I'm living in Antarctica over here." It's not that bad.
You have to put on a fucking puffer jacket in like 68.
Yeah. People are fucking dramatic down here when the weather changes.
Yeah, half of them.
We lost power for what like 3 days or something like that. You'd think
I
we
was
were living in
pushing
fucking
7.
the 12th century. How people were
Oh
reacting
yeah,
to that.
no, I definitely. It just hit me at the worst possible time. I had just moved here like 4 days ago, and my moving truck wasn't here, so I literally had nothing. I had a blow-up mattress and an Xbox.
Could you even blow up your mattress?
No, he just slept on it
so,
deflated.
The storm hit maybe 36 hours before I showed up. Or no, after I showed up.
He just had a mat.
I could just see him curled up on this deflated match. Just be like,
yeah, I would be flying out. I would find a way to get
you would be getting the hell out of Dodge.
Good Lord. It was horrible. And it was only because people were being so irresponsible.
How were they irresponsible?
Well, people bought more than what they needed.
Oh, well,
During the
that's
snowstorm?
going to happen.
That always happens. That happened back during the start of COVID.
Yes, so that's another thing that I can draw a conclusion from, like in Franklin, or like in this part in Tennessee where it's like super suburban, like
Someone's drop her
everything's gone.
exactly in Tennessee.
What is it? Yeah, it's completely gone. And then where I lived in like Chapel Hill, where there's only a few thousand people in one grocery store, we never ran out of toilet paper, never ran out of paper towels. All the stuff that everybody needed was constantly there, and it was because people were actually being considerate because it was an actual community.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that's what happens.
It's different. It's a little bit different when you got 100,000 people trying to find the same stuff.
I wonder if China would create a propaganda thing, because you know how like Eastern cultures and Eastern societies based around the good of everyone rather than the good of the individual. They're based more on the society, the collective.
Yes,
I wonder if they wouldn't create some sort of propaganda where, again, it's like the woman gets seduced by an American man, but it's like during a plague time, and he's like, and he's just looking to get paid, not in sexual favors, but in toilet paper, because their fucking stores are out.
That would be funny.
They do crazy ass propaganda like that. They have their fucking
Dude,
TikTok ones that are always like,
more
China will rule the world one day.
Those are actually some of the most sobering propaganda that I've seen. And while I own World War II propaganda, where there's like all the Axis power, guys saying like,
it's okay. You can tell us that you own a bunch of Nazi propaganda. You don't have to
I
sugarcoat it.
I do,
Just for historical purposes.
It's just for historical
1,000.
purposes.
It just doesn't happen. It's just a coincidence he doesn't have any allies.
It's just a coincidence that he only has Nazi Germany and Italian propaganda. Those are the only things that the store had. That's all they had. Can't help it.
The only thing eBay had.
That's all that eBay had.
Yeah. No, but it is crazy. I like seeing what America decided to do with propaganda. I think that's so funny. Because we have no idea what we're doing.
Propaganda rules. I love it.
We need more of it. We need
I
more
agree.
psyops. We need more propaganda.
Why the hell did they not create some like World War II style propaganda after 9/11? Where it's like the towers are falling and like
we did it on our own.
It did. Do you not remember fucking Toby Keith?
No,
in the
you forget that I was born in 1999. I was fucking 2 when 9/11.
Oh yeah,
down.
so you just don't remember.
No,
but
I
at the
don't.
time,
every
adult.
I still have a bumper sticker at my work that says "Bring me back a turban." And it's a picture
That
of
fucking
Osama
rules,
bin
man. I wish I was born like 5 years earlier.
Oh, dude, shit was the last time America was together And it's so hard to not underscore this. Like,
I love
the
it.
last time America was together was right after 9/11. Like, sports teams, all that shit didn't matter.
Not only
Like,
did my
we were
parents wait to
also
have me
really-
until their late 40s, but I missed on the last generation of racist
that may be
propaganda.
that may be the last time that we were all like
On the same side.
yeah. That may be.
It was a racist time, though. It was like
was
everybody
awesome.
against the brown man.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Kind of like
Everybody
World
else
War
was
II, where it's
like-
everyone's against the yellow man with squinty eyes and big
Heaven
glasses.
forbid
Exactly.
we identify a target.
I still love that line. Bring me back a turban. Fuck.
Oh, that was like boilerplate. Like, that was nothing compared to
That's
the stuff.
hilarious.
They killed a Sikh guy right after 9/11 just for having a turban on his head.
Yeah.
In Arizona. That's horrible. That's
It's
should be
it's
obviously
horrible. We may be giggling
terrible.
about it, but that is
But
pretty
just
horrific.
it's like just as an idea of the sentiment that was going on at the
Mhm.
time. Like, people were going nuts. They wanted somebody to pay.
You know, that's wild too, consider that there's such propaganda like that, considering that it's almost universally agreed by historians now that the US people lost faith in the government after Vietnam, and that it kind of became that like trend where, you know, you don't stand on the same side as the government. You know, I'm shocked that that propaganda like effort was so successful so long after like the period of where the US people or the American populace have just like stopped believing anything the government tells them.
Just watch
It was a flash in the pan. You have a bad event like that, and everybody was just watching their TV, which was telling them that
Trying
we
to
had an
figure out.
enemy that wants to
Mhm.
kill you, and they want to come to America, and they want to
And
force your kids to be
ruin all
Muslim,
this.
and they want to fuck your wife, and they want to kick you out of your home and shoot your dog.
I could already see Turbo as like just young Turbo, and they're having this vision of like him being kicked
Here's the
out of
thing,
his own
Turbo
home, and
loves
the
it.
guy wearing a
Here's the
turban
thing,
takes
Turbo
over his
loves
house. I could tell he's super into it. He's already got the
He's
tracksuit
fired
on.
up.
He's got the tracksuit on anyways. He is fired up.
He should have been piloted in one of those damn. No,
Like every New Yorker, we all got an uncle that was there as a firefighter.
Yeah. That's what,
True New York.
that's what you need to
Steve
start
Buscemi.
doing. You need to start telling stories that are about your family, about where they were during 9/11. As if they were in New York and then randomly drop like 2 years after meeting someone that you're a native Floridian.
I'll be like, so get this. My dad, he was in Midtown when it all went down.
You come up with these elaborate stories, and then just 5 years later, you just tell someone that you're actually a native Floridian.
My mom, she worked right next to the fucking World Trade Centers. She walked across the Brooklyn Bridge to Bay Ridge, where we lived at the time.
That's the mark of a native New Yorker right there, is that if
Oh,
you have
yeah.
family that was in New York during 9/11.
Yeah, the mark of a native New Yorker is just making it up.
It's just
I think that people embellish it though. They're like, yeah, my dad was in Manhattan, and like Manhattan's a big fucking area.
he's like on the
Two
complete
downtowns.
opposite side of where the towers fell.
So on the north side of Manhattan, he saw it all happen.
He's like, yeah, my dad, he heard from his friend that the towers were falling, and then at the very last moment, he thought he could feel the ground rumble a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that man felt an earthquake.
He thought he felt an earthquake. Man, this should have been the
Veronica, where were
9/11
you on
episode.
Where was I on 9/11?
Yeah.
I think I was in school.
You?
But I did a 23andMe DNA test about 2 years ago.
For 9/11?
How does that tell you about 9/11?
Hold on.
She found out she was related to one of the bombers.
I'm loving to hear this connection right now.
They're like,
This is-
oh, your part is Sicilian? Wow, one of the bombers was actually a quarter Sicilian. You must be related.
Bombers,
She's
22%.
50% Saudi, and it turns out she's related directly to the Bin Laden. family.
Yes, I found out that I'm actually Peninsular Arab. And that 9/11 is my family's legacy, okay? Come on.
So why haven't you moved back to Afghanistan in that case and joined the Taliban?
I just don't want to.
doesn't seem like a
I just
bunch
don't
of
feel like
fun.
it.
Doesn't the Taliban seem like a bunch of fun?
It does sound like a lot of fun. No, with how they're crushing it on Twitter lately.
Oh, yeah. Hey, watch out. That's my family you're talking about.
It's my
Did you?
family.
No, you're not.
That's my
You're not
mother.
Afghan.
God,
Did
No,
you,
I'm not.
Give the Italians another avenue. Holy shit.
Did you
No.
guys see the leaders of the Taliban were putting out messages to all their lower down guys to stop taking all these pictures like they're tourists
That's
in
funny.
Kabul and they'll like take their jobs seriously because it's making them look bad. They think that this whole thing is like a smear. They don't know that we're cheering them on. They think we're laughing at them.
Well, no, to be honest with you, we are all laughing at them.
I don't know. I think I'm cheering them on. I
We-
think it's
no,
good that they have their
we-
country back.
We are cheering them on. You and I.
I'm pro
we're cheering
Taliban.
them
Oh yeah, but we are not the majority. We are just kind
on.
of
Yeah.
you knuckleheads that
We're
don't
just
really
a couple
we're
nuts.
just-
represent the whole.
Couple knuckleheads.
I think
We don't really
we're
represent
already-
that.
we're a
We
bunch
don't
of-
represent the vast majority of the population.
God damn it! Could you imagine if we did?
That would
That
rule.
would be horrible.
Life would be so much better.
Dude, that's like when they were talking about federalism and all that shit. They were like, "Oh yeah, there's these assholes that will just do it for the lulz."
Wait, that doesn't sound good to you?
Yeah, it was like literally part of the Federalist Papers.
I would- I think-
yeah,
I think
gotta,
we should
like,
have-
keep these fucking assholes.
I think we
Like,
should have
just
more
doing-
politicians like that where they're just like, yeah, so we're going to go over there and we're going to go kill some of these Arabs. And by the way, we're doing it just because it seems like it's fun. It just seems fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
But
at least
that's the
they're
thing,
honest.
it's like-
I'd vote for a man
Yeah,
like
who-
that. At least he's honest about his
Yeah,
intentions.
who's the people that said that we were gonna get a bunch of oil money? 'Cause
It's like, yeah,
where did
what-
that go?
He's like, oil money?
Exxon,
No, I'm there because for
BP, All of
fun.
them are Shell. They're all down. Like they didn't win. Like I wish they won.
He's like, weapons
So
of
that
mass
way we can
destruction.
get-
I just want to go get myself a turban.
Man's got a hooded soldier.
What if the government came clean with us and was like, look, for your life to be as good as it is, we need to have a war about every 10 years. We need to take somebody weaker than us and steamroll them.
100%.
You think Americans would be like, well, so I can't have an iPhone if we stop invading people?
I
Every
wish
day.
that.
That's
was
okay.
the
I'm already
calculus.
Samsung.
I
Sure.
truly wish.
You wouldn't get your droid either. You get
Oh, okay. So
I
you get no
wish-
smartphones. You'd be living in a third world country.
I
because
wish
like
that-
to sustain the quality of life that like the West has, a lot of
but
things have to be
everybody says
pretty
it's not
bad.
good.
In the rest of the world, like other
Yeah.
continents have to suffer for this to continue.
I would say, yeah.
Horrible.
I'd say, yeah. All right. I don't care.
You do the war every 10 years.
Yeah, I'm not going to see them. It's not them. It's not my family. It's-
You know what? We have a volunteer army. If you go and you get blown up, like, you wanted to do it.
True. If you volunteer and you get your leg or something blown off, then you get compensation for that. You get head
True.
by by just
Yeah, I
you
don't
get
think they're
state sponsored
getting that.
head every week.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting head.
You don't think they're getting
I've
head?
never heard of this program.
I think, yeah. Like, I wish they were getting.
Oh, so we're talking about a real program now.
I thought we were talking about the real world. What are you talking
You were
about?
saying what you said what if as if this was a hypothetical.
I mean,
but you
No.
are right though. We
Yeah.
basically have gone to war every 10 years.
I mean,
Do you
before
really think
this
that?
last one, there was what? Desert Storm?
Yeah.
do you guys really
Afghanistan
think
was
those are all
20
the same
years.
thing?
Like that was the longest war that we've ever been in.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was
Well, wait, how long
obviously
was Vietnam?
not
It was
as long
from
as Afghanistan.
no, it
Not
was
as
pretty
long.
close though. People forget that
But
it
it was-
started in like
But it was a
59.
real war. It
It-
was a real war. You know,
Into
what I'm
the
saying? Like,
70s.
59 to
Like, they-
75.
they had more troops than we ever probably
That's
put down in Afghanistan. Like,
16
they were
years.
growing.
16 years is how long it was. So not as quite as long as Afghanistan.
But it's the Afghanistan war is not real in my opinion. Like,
It's one of those proxy wars. It's like one of those ones that
There's
we
an
were
occupation.
Yeah, we're like
It's like,
engaged in, but we're
what's
not
it
like
mean
at war.
Yeah, what's it mean when you're taking your planes off from Qatar and like going in to bomb people?
Yeah.
You know, like what is that?
Wasn't that kind of the same way with Afghanistan when the Soviet Union was invading it as well, though? They were kind of like they were just sending guys in there to establish an
Just to
Afghani
sit.
socialist republic, but it's like people are like, oh, you're at war with them. Like, no, we're not. we're
It's
there
an
to save
occupation.
them. Yeah, we're here to establish the socialist government for their own good.
The wars that we fought lasted like 2 weeks. You know, like Iraq, we fucking steamrolled them, and then we occupied them for like 20
I'm
years.
sorry. We whooped the fourth largest military in the world in like 2 weeks. We were in Baghdad
steamrolled
in
them.
2
That was
weeks.
the war.
Well,
The
and
war
what
was
came-
over.
Oh yeah, 1000%. And that's why the words get all jumbled up. Like, yeah, of course, everything's drone strikes at that point, but they were the fourth largest military.
In
and
that
we
case, what
fought
makes
in
Vietnam?
war.
Is that just a straight up war?
No, that's a proxy war,
Okay.
1000%.
Yeah.
Because we're not even fighting full percent, and they aren't either.
Mhm.
Like I think
But-
they're like getting it from China and Russia.
You know what though? There were more clear battle
Boundaries.
lines in a
Yeah,
lot of
boundaries.
Vietnam.
Vietnam, yeah,
Yeah,
like 100%.
They're fighting
for
over a
sure,
specific
for sure.
hill. They're fighting over a specific
Well,
town.
They're
that
looking at like a
line-
war map and provinces that they're
line didn't
occupying.
exist.
Yeah.
That
The
line
difference
didn't
is,
exist
Like
until-
Afghanistan, they're like, well, we're just gonna go on a patrol and see if the Taliban attacks us.
Listen, we
Like-
see that cave over there. I want you to go in there and throw 5 sticks of dynamite in there. And if you hear any screaming, that's a successful mission right there.
Yeah,
They're like, there
go
you go.
check out this village.
wish
Go,
our
like,
Go
Vietnam
check
was
that
like-
pothole right there. And if you see any eyes, light it up.
I
Yeah.
wish our enemies cared as much about that as we did.
That's a good strategy, don't you think? Is hey, if you just go over there and if you see anything move, light that thing up like a Roman candle and then check it and then
that
move on.
sounds like. That
To be
sounds like
fair,
war to me.
We kind of did that later in Vietnam too. We started just
Oh, yeah, you have the
search
My
and
Massacre.
destroy,
Constantly.
just drop them in on helicopters, see if anybody attacks them, and then
Yeah,
airstrike the
anybody
fuck out of
moves.
them.
Well, you had that with My Lai Massacre as well, where they went into a village and they were like, you know, they're talking to these Vietnamese people that they can't understand, and they're like, "Where the fuck are the Viet Cong?" And they're telling them that they're not there, and all it took is for one American soldier to be like, "Hey, I think I see a guy over in the woods. They're lying to us. Let's
that
light this
guy."
fucking torch. Let's light this fucking village on fire and kill everyone."
You're never gonna get me to, condone anything like that. But I mean, it's war. We're talking about something that is the worst part of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible. It's the worst thing ever. And we actually are better than most countries at being, fairly hospitable or humanitarian about it.
I don't know. I think we've done some pretty bad shit. I don't know if we're the most
Yeah.
humanitarian.
Here's the thing
I
is
think
we
there are
could-
probably some countries out there that are slightly.
Our
more
rules of
humanitarian.
engagement are different. My
Kim, we could do it 10 more times and we would be better than them because, like what Turbo just said, our rules of ROE, that is like the reason why we're better than
we're
them.
like the strictest in that sense.
Yeah.
My dad's friend did joint
Not
patrols
even
with the
close,
Russians in the Balkans.
man. Yeah,
And the
oh
Russians-
boy.
If you fuck with the Russians, they can take you away and do whatever
Put
they
one in
want
your
to.
head.
They have no rules of engagement. They can fully do. They could experiment on you like a fucking
Their
bug
ROE
if they
is
want to.
crazy.
Like there is no rules for that. But versus our guys, even if you like attack them, they may not be able to do what they
You
want
have
to do.
to see a muzzle flash, apparently.
Yeah.
You have to see some eyes
You have-
blinking back
have
at
to
you.
actually
Mhm.
see where the gun is coming from.
If you hear anything whispering in a language that doesn't resemble English, you light them up.
Yeah, basically, if Russians get shot at all, they don't even have to know where it's
Yes,
coming from.
yes.
Everybody's getting lit up.
Oh,
Everybody's getting
that's
shot.
probably one of my favorite videos. There was a video in like Syria or something like that, but you guys may remember it was back in like 2015. But there was this video of these ISIS guys in like this truck with like a mounted machine gun, and they shot at a Russian plane thinking that it was a U.S. one, and you just see that thing fucking turn around. You just see that thing turn around and starts coming right at them, and they start screaming and running off. And the guy who's like holding his phone camera or whatever, he turns around and like someone's like subtitling what they're saying in Arabic, and at some point you see like, is that a fucking bomb? And for a split moment, you just see this little thing just falling out of the sky coming right at him. And the camera just starts shaking and it shuts off or whatever. But yeah, dude, I believe it. Yeah, you don't fire at the Russians. They'll come at you hard.
We're the nice guys.
Yeah.
Definitely
Perfect
are.
sweeties.
We're the
sorry.
sweethearts,
Like, we
the
are the
angels.
nice guys. Like, through all the propaganda and everything, I still believe we're the nice guys. Maybe
You know what I find funny too? So like the amount of stuff that Russia just got away with in World War II, and then that they're still one of the founding members of the UN is probably one of the funniest things ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like beyond the
'Cause
fact
they
of
won.
beyond the fact of like the raping of like 1 million German women, people also forget that the Russians also tried to grab as much Japanese territory as well. And there's stories of like Russian women just straight up raping Chinese and Korean women because they can't tell the fucking difference between who's Japanese and who's not. They'll just go. They just grab as much loot as they can and run.
Just saying, there's a reason why they surrendered on that boat, the Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
the USS Missouri, because they did not want to have anything to do with those Russian people.
Also, you know what's interesting as well? I was reading this recently. So, the UN not too long, like 1951, they classified what genocide actually is. It was like the first time that anyone's ever had to classify what genocide is, and it lists all the like race, ethnicity, religious background, stuff like that. The one thing that it does not list is class, because Russia cannot be saying that systematic killing of class is a genocide. They have a Soviet ambassador on that board right now, and he made damn sure that they did not list class on there, because Stalin was killing fucking kulaks and other people of different classes at the time.
I'll throw the video in the
Mao.
chat, but like
Mao
this is
too.
like
Yeah.
they literally. I don't think most people know how many people they killed. Like it's so bad.
1931 to 1933, I think, was when like Stalin's famine rolled around, and it was like straight up like 5 to 7 million people just died.
That's so not rock and roll.
It's not rock and roll. We do not like commies in this podcast.
Here we go.
We do not like communism,
We
despite
don't hate them.
we don't hate them,
Yeah,
and we
we
do
have mixed
tolerate
opinions.
certain dictators, despite what certain individuals may say here. But
Despite what dirt has been thrown over their name.
despite what
This
shade
video
has been
is
thrown on their
great.
names at the beginning of the episode,
This
we
video
still
is great.
honor the sacrifice that certain dictators have made for the sake of socialism.
We
Quotation
are the
marks.
number one leftist podcast on YouTube, they say.
Yeah, and we gotta
What they've been
maintain
saying.
that, and you can't have that title without including a leftist dictator.
Jeez.
Anyways, so we're a little bit over an hour. We can do the plugs if we want. I don't have anything to say this time. I got nothing to plug.
Who's up?
Who's up? You all go.
Tell them, Ronnie. Tell them who you are.
Yeah, go, Ronnie.
Stop calling me Ronnie. I'm
we,
not
we
even
discussed
a
this. You're
host.
We discussed this last episode that you're trans.
Veronica.
No,
Trans
Ronnie
man,
now.
Ronald.
Ronnie.
no.
Short for
it
Ronald.
is Veronica. No, not short for Ronald. It is Veronica
100% Ronald.
at Fried Urethra.
You're a
Not wrong.
homosexual
Is
man from the
fried.
80s who has just tested positive for AIDS. His name is Ronald.
My name is
Let's
not
put
Ronald.
our alt account ads
Ooh.
on here so we can see who really listens. They can add us
Yeah.
if they're really listening. Tell them
Yeah, if you're
alt.
really listening, it's fried
I-
foreskins.
I was kidding. Why would you tell them?
I guarantee you,
What?
like,
It's locked. You can't see my stuff.
I guarantee you, like, 2 people actually listen to the show on a regular
Yeah,
basis
it's
right
one
now.
of them.
I know somebody that listened recently and they didn't like it, and I'll tell you after.
I know. I remember there was some people in a group chat. There was one guy that was like, he was like, "Man, I'm so excited! I'm going on a long drive. I'm gonna listen to every single episode back to back." And then like I asked him if he did that, and he goes, "No, I haven't listened to them yet." It's just he keeps saying like one day I'll listen to them, and he never does.
I know a couple people that do, and I know somebody else that listened to it in the last week, and she didn't seem to like it. We'll talk about that after.
That's okay. Hey, the production value's dog shit here. I think that's the bit at this point.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm Turbo Cum. It's cocaine poops, one word, on Twitter. But you already know that if you're listening to this.
Mm-hmm. Are you two shitheads
Chicken.
gonna go?
At bondage chicken
There you
_
go.
chicken.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. End it.